seems like more of an SEC style that they play. Do you see any comparisons, any similarities there, just with the power running game they have?
Oh, definitely. We faced a few teams last year that played a similar way that Kent State plays.
Is the biggest challenge just that they stick with the run, or that they have so many different running backs? What do you see as the biggest challenge in the run?
They have a really good quarterback, and they have some weapons at receiver that are pretty good. They can take shots down the field, and a good running back as well. So they're just overall a good team.
When you say you've seen teams that play the way they play, who were those teams?
You got teams like Georgia, who's downhill run, and you got shots coming off of it. Florida as well.
How much do you guys relish this opportunity? Top 20 team coming into your house, non-conference. I mean, you play tough competition in the SEC, but it's a big non-conference game.
I think for the entire team, it's just another game. Like you said, we play in the SEC, so we play the best in each and every week. So we just look at it as another game that we're trying to go 1-0.
CJ, when we look at Kyle passing the ball, he's been like 90% or something in the first half of the game. Is that just he's putting the ball, just throwing the ball better where it needs to be, or he's going through his progressions better? Why do you think that completion percentage is so high?
I think overall as an offense, I think we're just all clicking on the right page. Kyle is playing great. We knew this was coming. His confidence, he built that over the hard work during the spring, the summer, also the fall. And, when everyone's clicking, we have the potential to be an explosive offense. And, we've had some success so far, but, I think it's very far from, what we can actually do.
When he's completed, 100% so far in the game, are you guys aware of that? Don't drop this one. There hasn't been incomplete yet.
I think we just take it play by play. I don't think many of us know what our stats are throughout the game. It's more about just try to stay away from long downs, convert third downs when they do come, and when you cross the 50, let's try to score some touchdowns.
CJ, how does 2-0 feel? I mean, are practices a little different right now, or are guys more upbeat than you've seen in a while? Or
when you have a goal in mind at the beginning of the season, you just treat each day the same. You come out and you work. You know that just because you won the week before, that has nothing to do with the week coming up. A&M, it's always great to have a win, A&M and TSU, but honestly, we've forgotten about that. We moved on to Kansas State. We can't look over them. They're a good, tough ball club with a lot of talent. We're going to have to bring our A game, and that's the only thing we're focused on right now.
To Kyle to CJ and Ryan, as the guys that have been around maybe the longest, Coach Mason spent a lot of time talking about the leadership and how does it push guys, that the leaders do that. Starting, where did that change? What's the difference between this team and some of the teams that you played on before?
I just believe that this team is a lot more competitive at practice than any other team. When I step up to the line, when we're doing one-on-ones or any type of individual work, I make sure that I'm going up against Ryan or Willie Herndon each time, because I want to get pushed to be better on Saturdays, and I think the same with them. So, we communicate with each other. When I'm in the slot and trying to read a coverage, I run a route, and I look to Ryan like, hey, what coverage were y'all running right there? Just so I think we're competitive, but we also help each other out because we all want to be great.
Kyle and CJ, what stands out about Kansas State's defense?
Front to back, they're really solid. They're fundamentally sound, stout in the running game, and they're very competitive in the back end as well. And I think overall, just a really solid team. They're very disciplined in what they do, and I think they're a great defense.
Just as far as the secondary is concerned, they've got a lot of talent. They've got some size when it comes to the safety position as well. It's going to be another test for us, but we're ready. That's what we worked for, and we'll definitely show up and be prepared.
Kyle, your head coach called this kind of the main event as far as finding out what type of football team this is. Why is that?
I mean, he talks about repeatability and having success. We started off 2-0, and now it's time to see if we can continue it. As he talked, repeatability is the biggest thing. Just trying to go 1-0 this week. So yeah.
As far as like the quality of the opponent though, and what they can bring, and kind of how they match up with you guys, I mean, all that factors into finding out what this team is made of, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Every week's a new test. Obviously, they're a very good football team, and it's going to be a really good game. And I think we're going to be prepared, and we can't wait to go out and compete.
What's been the difference? You seem to get more protection, and your receivers seem to be open more than they were a year ago. What's been the keys just in seeing your teammates develop?
I think CJ hit it right on the head earlier. We've just grown together. We've been very competitive. I think we have a veteran group. We got a lot of experience on the offense, and I think things are starting to click.
You've spread the ball around both games, a bunch of different receivers. How, I guess, comforting is that to know that when you drop back, if number one's not open, number two is going to be, or if not number two, number three. I mean, you got to feel as comfortable as you ever have that way, right?
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys that can make plays, and anytime you can, spread the field with a bunch of different guys, you make yourself, or you make your team, or your offense very explosive and dynamic. And then we got a bunch of guys that can make plays, and I think that's positive to our offense.
Is it fair to say though that the run game's not as good as it's been the last couple of years, and assuming it gets going at some point, there's still a lot more out there for this offense, isn't there?
I think passing and running, there's a lot more for this offense. I think we can, get a lot better in passes on the offense. So I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's the offense as a whole.
Kyle, the other day, Coach said that your mechanics are better this year, and that's a big part of your improvement as a passer. But how much does the understanding the offense, the progressions that you go through, how much wider is your understanding now? How does that affect you as a passer?
Yeah, when you get experience, you gain a bunch of knowledge and wisdom of an offense, and you get more comfortable. Me and everybody on the offense and all the coaches are on the same page, and I think that's a huge positive for us.
Kyle, your coaching staff spent some time with the Patriots a lot in the offseason. How much has that influence been seen from what you guys have done in 2 games?
In terms of scheme, there's been a few things, but just that mindset that Coach Belichick brought to the table. I spoke about earlier in the year, but I talked about how he said, after he won the Super Bowl, the fact of the matter is he was a month behind on off-season prep, so he's never satisfied. That winner mentality, that the competitive mindset that he brought to the table, I think that rubbed off on our coaches, and I think they've instituted that for us.
Has there been any change in approach as you begin a 4-game stretch against an all-ranked opponent?
I'm sorry.
Has there been any change in approach as you begin a 4-game stretch?
No, not at all. I think every day of practice is a new day. I think we take it one day at a time, and it's another opponent, but at the same time, we're worried about getting ourselves right for every week.
What's your demeanor like when you're watching your dad coach? You watching the game? Are you critical or anything like that?
No, it's funny watching him. Scream and yell on the sideline, but no, it's cool. It's really cool.
You ever say just want you should have done something different there, or think it through like a quarterback?
No, I just try to be as supportive as possible to him. So yeah.
I was gonna say along those lines, you recognize what you were watching last night. You recognize the calls and stuff like that. So that you've seen them before.
Yeah, here and there, but it was cool, watching him last night. So.
Ryan, one more case study question. What's the challenge in finding takeaways in a team that's going to turn the ball over?
Just taking advantage of the opportunities. We're never going to run the ball a lot, so that goes ball searching when the running backs or the receivers have the ball. And then when they take shots down the field, just in the middle of the field, showing range and taking the opportunity to take the ball out of the air.
Thanks, fellas.